Talk to me. Okay, guys. Okay, here you go. Here, hold those for a second. Okay, I won't hold
Damn.
Well, I wasn't quite ready for that.
What did I tell you? What have I told you?
Hey.
No, what have I told you?
No, I'm not your boss.
You're not the boss of me. He's like, hold these. All right.
Hey, I just want to show you some things I'm planting in the garden right
But
now.
I'm showing them.
You're doing a good job, but I brought them. How's that? Okay, girlie, hold on.
Okay.
Marigold, radishes, kale, lettuce, and calendula. Why do I plant those? At the two ends here are what we call companion plants.
Yeah.
Calendulas, pot marigolds, and marigolds just work out fantastic in the garden and grow well from seeds. These guys like a little bit more winter type temperatures.
Okay.
These guys like a little bit more summertime temperatures, but both of them will come up, especially with this warm weather going into cooler weather. The other things, radishes, kale, and lettuce, all grow. You don't hardly have to mix them into the garden. In fact, just going over there, you can see just throughout the garden here, all I'm doing is just flood irrigating, put this stuff in. In about a week to 2 weeks, there's the flood irrigation right over there. In a week to 2 weeks, well, they're gonna be coming up. And then that's what we call companion plant. Along with, of course, my old standby nasturtiums, and you can see them right here. Now, nasturtiums are a great flower because not only are they edible, like we talked about,
right.
but they push off a lot of those non-beneficial type of insects, so it's real important. So we got the botanicals, and we got the different types of other types of flowers we put in this time of year that help push those insects off, like our allium, and our different types of wildflowers, and of course our cosmos. All those produce a lot of nectar, and that nectar does a great job producing or increasing the amount of beneficial insects in the garden itself. I'm gonna try to switch over here so I can look over there and see what else I got going on over here.
Was it really too much for you to just hold these?
No, I'll hold them now. There we go. Here, let me hold them for you. There we go. And now, what else are we putting in the garden?
Yes.
We're going ahead and doing a lot of what we call corn gluten. And this is corn gluten.
These are edible.
And this is edible, and this is something that we talked about last week. Folks, if you haven't already done this, you got to put this down to get rid of any type of rye, what we call, not rye seed, but any type of what we call weed seed that's in the garden. This kills weed seed in the garden. It forms a barrier, basically, on the soil, and it stops any weed seed from germinating, just in case we get any kind of rain. We haven't really had much rain since August. It's amazing. Some other things, there's some alyssum right here. That again is a great companion plant along with increasing those beneficial insects and releasing a lot of beneficial insects. So here's something else we're doing. We're ordering these guys on the internet right now, and we're going ahead and releasing them in the garden. These are 3 that we do: green lacewings, moth egg parasites, and nematodes. Now, why do we do it? Green lacewings basically come in kind of almost like a sawdust, and they fly around. They're those green iridescent guys.
Yeah.
They're great, and they actually basically go through a complete metamorphosis, and they do a great job on getting rid of our aphid population. Moth egg parasites, get rid of those loopers or those caterpillars in your garden. All naturally, of course. And nematodes work out great on getting rid of those ants and all those other guys that you have crawling around in your garden all the time. So these are 3 of them that you want to put in right now, especially with the fact we're getting these cooler type temperatures. And it's a real good idea. Go ahead.
Hey, why do you have cream of wheat out here?
Cream of wheat is another way to get rid of those ants. So along with nematodes, cream of wheat and potato buds, when they actually ingest this, it causes them to explode, and it does a great job, and it's something that you can go ahead and, so certain types of ants go after these guys, and they will go in and ingest them, and it'll cause it to expand in their abdomen, and that's the end of your ants, of course. Something else I put in the garden is a little bit of rabbit food. You can see a little rabbit food. It's full of tricontinol, and tricontinol actually, here it is right here, and you can see there's some other stuff in there, and this is all not going to hurt it, but it reduces basically plant growth to a certain degree. So any type of roses you've got out there or anything you want to flower, this is something that works out real well this time of year. It's easy to put down, and you can go ahead and utilize it. There's a lot of things that you can take from your pantry and utilize all in your garden. We've got some stuff coming up in the next couple weeks. But cream of wheat, potato bugs, and rabbit food all work out fantastic. If you do have those caterpillars like we've been talking about, here's some Thuricide right here, and we get a lot of emails on how to get rid of caterpillars. Thuricide works out fantastic. Dipel is another name for it. BT or Bacillus thuringiensis, it is really a great way to go, and great way to go naturally out here in the different types of, well, gardening situations we have on an ongoing, or those ongoing looper situations that we have all the time out here in the garden. And then last but not least,
Swiss
Grandma's
chard?
molasses
Oh.
right over here. We're putting a lot of that down, increase that microbial activity, and it works out fantastic to go ahead and just, well, mix about a cup or so per gallon of water, spray it throughout the garden, and it will help increase with the amount of microbial activity, which is going to make your garden just beautiful all during the fall and, of course, wintertime.
Hey, Dave.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah, I know. You know
it.
what? I kind of pulled this
You
off.
made
They
it.
were just kind of threw this on me. You just let me talk.
Yeah. How did it? You know what? Next
What?
time we're going to talk about gardening. How
Are we? Okay.
Yes,
You're going to
okay.
make sure. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye.